Hi, I'm Matthew Taylor. I work for the Moderne. I handle their social media and content, but I also create cocktails for them every now and then. Pretty much like anybody else who gets into bartending, it's because I was going to school and the money was good. So I started working at P.F. Chang's when I was going to school. I was going to school for digital media production, and the projects were like far and in between. So I needed something that was constant, and bartending, serving is always good money. So I started working at P.F. Chang's for a little bit. Then after that, I opened Booyah here in Winter Park, part of the opening team there. And then from there, I went to Ruth's Chris. But when I went to Ruth's Chris, it wasn't really creative. I had started experimenting with cocktails when I was at Booyah, like trying gins and making little cocktails with the syrups that we already had. So I went to Ruth's Chris, and it wasn't creative because the clientele there just wanted whiskey soda, whiskey on the rocks, like a glass of wine. So I started an Instagram for my cocktails, started just shooting at my house. I had graduated at this point, and I was trying to like tie my two passions together, like digital media and cocktails at the same time. So like, I say that I'm just a creative person through and through. Like I create things that are visual and consumption. So I was trying to tie those two together. So I started shooting photos of my cocktails. I went to a Winebow trade show and met Nate Capanos. He was opening a bar called the Robinson Room downtown. He spoke to me, recruited me. I was part of the opening team there. Started learning from him because he was top 10 world class, I think, the year before. So he was dad. We just went to him with whatever questions because he was already like where a lot of us wanted to be. So he tells us to start competing. So I entered my first competition. It was a Sip Smith Roadshow gin. I entered it on a whim, not thinking I was going to get very far. They picked me, so I had to compete at the Bull and Bear. I went there, I won. I got to go to London during London Cocktail Week for a week. And then from there, I left the Robinson Room because of COVID, like a lot of people did. Got out of the service industry because of that. And then fortunately, my friend worked for a beverage consulting agency here in Orlando. They needed somebody to help assist with the cocktails. So they hired me on. I started creating cocktails with them for a range of clients. Like certain brands, Diageo would reach out to us, Pernod Ricard, all of the big brands, but also Ruth's Chris hired us, and I was making cocktails for them for a spell. They discovered that I shot photography also. So I was doing all of our content, I was doing all of our video, I was doing all of our food photos, our cocktail photos, and creating the cocktails at the same time. So I left there, and now I work here at the Moderne, doing all of our social media and then creating the occasional cocktail. But I also consult around Orlando, creating beverage menus. The most recent one was Palm Beach Meats. I take inspiration from everything, like moods, colors, TV, food mostly. I'm a fat kid at heart, so I just love eating. I love tasting everything. When I was at the Robinson Room, they called me Sample Matt because I would taste every single spirit that we had in there. Because like, if you're going to put something inside of a cocktail or in anything that you cook, you need to know what it tastes like, right? So I would taste the base ingredient, and then instead of masking the flavors of that, I like to accentuate those. So like I like to take a culinary approach to my cocktail building. I think bartending and creating craft cocktails is just creating an experience for whoever's receiving that cocktail. Like one of my favorite things, I love the guest interaction pieces of bartending. It's something that I miss since I don't bartend as much anymore, but just having someone come up and then giving you, I would always say my cocktails came with 3 questions, right? Like, what spirit do you want? Give me a flavor profile, and then like, what style? So I would take that and I would make them a cocktail, and just the look on their face, whether it was good or bad, what you made them, just having that experience together. If it was good, I'd charge you for it. If it was bad, that one's on me. We're just trying some things out here. My cocktail that's on the menu. So when you take pineapples and you throw away the peels, you just use the juice. You use it for dehydrates. You use it for garnishes. You use it for the juice. The peels are cast away. The peels have a naturally occurring yeast on them, So in Mexico, they make something called tepache. It's similar to kombucha a little bit. So all you need is the peels, a little bit of sugar, any kind. In Mexico, they use, I forget the name of it. It's a cone sugar. It's like very compact brown sugar. We used our genmaicha sugar, which is a toasted rice syrup that we use here, which is also part of our sustainability efforts so to repurpose spent ingredients. So we do the pineapple skins, some of the genmaicha, water, and then just it'll naturally ferment if you put it in a closed container. First test took about a week to do, and it was a little sweet, not too, it wasn't where I wanted it to be. Test 2, I added some champagne yeast to it because I wanted like some bready brioche notes, and I wanted it to ferment a little faster, and we let that sit for a week, and that came out at 18% alcohol because the champagne yeast ate all of the sugar, and it was dry as heck. So TP3, our third version, I only used 1 gram of champagne yeast for the entire batch, and that came out very nice. It has like a nice bready mouthfeel. You get some acidity from the pineapple. We threw some cinnamon sticks in there, which is traditional, and then, yeah, sweetness from the pineapple. And it's sweet enough to carry. So we're going to be utilizing that and the super juice I mentioned earlier and creating a paloma with mezcal, Vita mezcal, which has sustainability efforts also. Yeah, so kind of a zero waste paloma. Hi, Matt again. We're going to make our sustainability cocktail today. It's called Champagne Pache. So first we're going to, it's a spindle blended cocktail, which is very prevalent in tiki. We've batched the spirits for ease of execution. That's the wrong one. So we've batched the spirits for ease of execution. Yeah, so originally this would be 1.5 ounces of Vita Mezcal Puebla and 1/2 ounce of Jafard grapefruit. Just wanted to reinforce that grapefruit note. 2 ounces of our tepache we spoke of earlier. And then 1/4 ounce of passion fruit because it's having a moment. It's real hot right now. And then 1/4 ounce of our sustainable lime juice that we made earlier. Two dashes of Flor de Antumo bitters. And then we'll grab our glass. Some pebble ice. Grab our glass, some pebble ice. Give that a quick little spindle. Grab a large Collins cube. Top it with Fever Tree grapefruit. And then garnish. Dehydrated grapefruit. And then, full sustainability, the pineapple innards that we spoke of earlier, dehydrated. Champagne Pache.